My name is Billy Matry, and the problem I will be discussing today is the unfair ticket distribution method used here at Clemson. Students that come here chose to be here for many reasons. The school has a very good amount of school spirit, which may have contributed to their decision to come here. The football camaraderie is an important aspect of many students' decisions to come here, and it is essential that everyone is given a fair chance to be a part of monumental football games. For big games such as Clemson, Georgia, students want to be able to experience this event because it is so important to the Clemson lifestyle. Seen here is the student section rushing the field after Clemson upsets Georgia in the home opener. This was an amazing experience, however, some of the students couldn't even attend this game due to an unfair ticket distribution. For these kinds of big games, students' relatives will sometimes make the journey from either in-state or out-of-state to try to experience these moments. Unfortunately, these kids won't even have a ticket to attend the game with their own families, which is not okay. Some people spend their whole weekends planning for the game and tailgating, and it is a shame that students have to miss out. The main issue is that the ticket office opens at 7 or 7:15 in the morning. This causes students to pull all-nighters waiting in line for it to start moving. Most students on campus have morning classes, so why would the university think it's alright for students to potentially miss that class just to get tickets? This is a problem that can easily be avoided, and no student should have to miss class. Some students go as far as camping out for weeks at a time in order to get a good seat in the stadium. This method is for the extreme students who want that ticket more than a high GPA. Schoolwork should not have to interfere with getting a football ticket. For some students, Clemson football is a way of life and not just a football game. A student has a right to attend these games, and it is important that everyone is given an equal chance to obtain a football ticket. Why should a student have to spend days out on the sidewalk waiting in line for a ticket while he or she still has schoolwork to do? A student still has lots of work that needs to be done, including school, practice, or clubs. Waiting in line for a ticket takes away from all these things. This picture shows Tent City, a small civilization made up of students who have gone to the extreme. As you can see, these tents are separated from the actual stadium because of a certain rule which won't allow students to wait in line until a certain period of time before that game. These crafty students found this loophole and decided to make a line about 100 feet away from the ticket office. The upper deck section here shows a certain location in the stadium that lower classmen tend to get if you are not as dedicated as the Tent City residents. For a student, these seats are considered the worst because they are furthest away from the student section below. A good view of the field can be seen here, however. There is a detached feeling from the student section below. Here is a similar section that is also upper deck, but a little closer to the hill for a better view. There is a fantastic view from these seats, however, the desire to be on the lower deck or on the hill is shared among every student. The hill may not be the best place to be because you have to stand the whole game. However, the atmosphere here is electrifying and unforgettable. Seeing the players rush down the hill is a sight that cannot be forgotten, yet at huge games during the year, not everyone will be able to experience it. Lower deck is where the Tent City residents will probably end up. These are the best seats in the house, and they tend to get distributed first. Every student wants to be here, however they cannot unless they wait in line for days or weeks. Every student should have an equal chance at having a ticket in a way that won't interfere with their everyday lives. There are two main problems with the method of distributing tickets here, one of them being IPTAY. Students that are in IPTAY pay yearly dues, however they are not guaranteed a ticket. This concept does not make too much sense because they should be guaranteed a ticket if they are paying for it over a non-IPTAY member who pays nothing at all. The other problem that arises is that students have to go to the ticket office to physically get a ticket. Nothing is wrong with physically having a ticket, but the problem is the method of retrieving your ticket. It interferes with many people's schedules during the day, and the hours it opens is inconvenient to many students. These issues can easily be solved in two conventional ways. One way is to petition with a group of students that demand the tickets be distributed online. The rules will still apply that it is a first-come, first-served distribution. However, this will make it a lot more convenient for students who cannot camp out in front of the stadium to get tickets. Students will be able to generate their ticket through Blackboard and retrieve it that way. Another means of obtaining your ticket would be to propose that all tickets be within your Tier 1 card. This way, students only need their student ID to enter games. This could also prevent students from scalping to each other, which happened to a great extent at the Clemson versus FSU game. How about an unconventional way to solve this problem? Clemson should gather their students in Little John Coliseum by class, where the distribution will begin. Then, at random, a student will be picked to complete an unknown task for the student body. Then, a piñata is lowered from the jumbotron above. Inside this piñata, there will be tickets for every seat imaginable. The student will beat the piñata while blindfolded, of course, while the rest of the student body remains in their seats, waiting patiently. Once broken, the piñata will pour out its contents containing upper deck, lower deck, and hill seating, while everyone rushes the basketball court in an effort to get a ticket. It might look something like this when Clemson defeated Duke in basketball and everyone rushed the court. This idea might not be the greatest one because people could seriously get hurt and it might turn into a crazy mosh pit. However, this crazy idea does sound more exciting than waiting out in a tent on a sidewalk for weeks at a time just so you could attend a football game. The ticket distribution issue is an easy fix, and it will only take a few innovative ideas to fix them.